on the Alamo Draft House area. That's what it's called.
By Montecillo. Okay. Oh. Hello there.
Sup?
So it turns out I'm not just reading public domain fiction, but I'm actually running a tabletop RPG called Changeling the Dreaming. So for those of you who don't recall, this is a chronicle set in the 1930s. Our intrepid motley have hailed from San Antonio, and they have come on a mission of divine importance as sent to them by the Dreaming to find a human being who has been prophesized to some of the dreamers to play an important part in a major event to come. And they are tentatively calling that person one of the seeds of Apollo. Has the Motley found them yet? Perhaps they've met them, perhaps they haven't. But what they have found is a small city called Crucifixion in the panhandle of Texas that is home to the Ku Klux Klan and other religious and racial and economic and environmental tensions. And so, lots of fun stuff. Anybody want to recap something specific from the last thing they remember?
Don't roll the darkness if it's not politics.
No venture this time, though.
Hey, I figured out my mic wasn't working, so it wasn't boomerang.
Yay.
Yeah, Adam and I were currently in the fucking dream world.
Yusuf, what's up,
So
buddy? Also, Blix, thank you for the sub.
You guys found a dried out river that had a vortex comprised of spinning tumbleweeds. And it turns out this was an entrance to a trod. And you guys figured out that the requirement to get this trod to open was to have water running over it. And so Adam had the genius idea to use the only available water source, his own urine.
Sorry, real quick, is anybody else getting like background wind?
Background? Let me close my door just in case.
Okay. Yeah, so just a quick disclosure. My regular Discord app has completely pooed the bed, and I have no idea what's wrong with it. I can't open it, I can't uninstall it, I can't reinstall it. So right now we're on browser. And I'm really super duper hoping like nothing massively fucks up. We'll see how this comes back to bite us. Yeah, so far so good.
Should I unpack my tech priest?
It was at this moment he knew.
You're gonna have to unpack the.
I know nothing yet.
Put him next to put him next to Chaz's computer.
Hey Hassan, what's up, buddy?
But yes, upon
fucking cool kids.
Upon entering your own muddy urine, you guys found yourself on the other side in a trod on the Dreaming, and it seems to be a river winding south.
Sorry.
Yes.
Before we get into the game proper, may I make an announcement?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look what I did, motherfuckers! My novel that I've worked on for the past 3 years is finally available in full on Amazon in all ebook form, paperback, hardcover, and completely free to read if you have Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, the summary right there. If you want to pause the video, but we are not going to pause because it is no sleep till fucking Brooklyn. I have sold books. I've sold 3 whole copies, and I'm super proud of every one of them.
Have you checked it recently?
I mean, define recently.
Within like the last hour.
Hilarious! Thanks for the follow, buddy.
Hell yeah.
So this is interesting. I've still sold 3 copies, but somehow I've made 3 more cents.
Weird.
And it's not Kindle Unlimited because I have 0 pages read. Huh?
Is that YouTube revenue?
I don't know, maybe. Anyway, that's my announcement. The book is out there. Yeah.
Give it the link in the chat or something there.
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to do things.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry, but that was me. Go ahead, Josh. Get to the RPG that everybody wants to see.
Yes.
I didn't see what
Basically,
that
the
was, but
Trod at
whoever
this
did it,
point-
thank you.
The Trod, as they immediately entered, was a river that they managed to crawl themselves out of. Tom, last we left off, found his old mentor, who happens to be working with the local Ku Klux Klan in order to basically try to seize property by running people of certain ethnic persuasions out of town, so that way the bank and the local wealthy families can buy up all the properties due to potential oil that's on them. And Chaz, do you recall where you left off?
I think I was having lunch with. Was her name Agatha? I seem to remember Agatha.
The ghost?
No, I was not having lunch with the ghost. I was having lunch with Bill Turner's old secretary. I was trying to pump her for information.
Yes.
And I got absolutely nothing out of her.
She's but a humble secretary. So we'll start with you, Tom. So,
boy.
so part of the Motley's gone off to go to the Trods. What's Mon Jarson's current plan of action?
Fuck, dude, it's been so long. I don't even remember.
Fucking
Fuck up
Sam.
the KKK.
Yeah.
The last thing that happened to you was your boss pretty much met you at a barn the night before. And then you had a bit of a meeting with your Motley, and your old boss convinced you to basically participate in doing a little hell raising because he thinks you will be rewarded by basically Mr. Abelard Vanderberg for your participation in ridding the town of unwanted elements.
1 second,
The
guys.
old
My camera just went out.
HGG.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I'll fix it 1 second.
Perhaps even the coveted position of becoming sheriff.
Oh, I am Chaz now. Buy my book, fools.
Nah,
Buy my book and bow down to me.
This fool.
I was like, Chaz suddenly became a South LA cholo. Buy my book, essay.
It's got
We've been
essays in my
watching this
homes,
fool too much.
No.
Get us where?
That is, yeah.
It's honestly,
It's all-
it's a pretty good show.
That's pretty
Which
good.
show?
Yeah.
This fool
Oh,
on Hulu.
Yeah.
this fool.
This fool.
Get us where?
Buy my essay, Holmes.
Nah, write my essay, Holmes.
All right, my essays, Holmes.
I'm glad we get to use this accent and people can't get mad at us for it. This is our culture.
We're appropriating our old culture, okay, guys? God damn it.
Okay, let's be fair. You can use that accent and people won't get
Yeah, I
mad
was
at
gonna
you.
say.
Me or Kyle try
we,
it.
we will hand you the honorary
honorary taco.
cholo pass.
The honorary taco.
Nah, man, it's just how I talk. I live here.
Did you get your bananas on?
So I will give you the option if you want to, Tom, to accompany the other group to the Trod, or if you wish to stay and investigate the dealings your boss has currently gotten himself into, you can do that. Or if you have your own goals for the current session, we can go ahead and start that.
You know what? Just to reclimatize, I think I should join the trough group.
Okay.
Gonna come
So
with
we'll-
me and Adam.
Also, how you
leave
doing?
off-
How you doing,
Oh.
HTG? I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to reach out. I've been fucked up
HTG.
completely. I haven't had time for shit. You healing up okay? Everything good? I don't know if you want to talk about that in public, but I'm sorry I haven't. I should have reached out and I haven't had a chance, so I apologize for that. Also, Imp, you have my full permission to plug your book in our chat. Now, if somebody else wants to stop you, I can't do anything, but I give thumbs up. Go ahead.
Well, we'll leave off at the bit where your two motley crewmates
Motley Crue.
have started pissing into a dried out riverbed and are currently digging their way into the sand and disappearing.
What in tarnation?
Are you going to try to follow them?
I'm not sure if I'm really into the whole digging where I shit.
That's a good thing we didn't shit.
It's a metaphor.
Were you ever in danger of not having an arm? Also,
So
yes.
what's your plan here, Tom?
Well, why are we doing this again?
So basically the conclusion Kyle and Adam came to was that in order to enter the trod, it has a very simple requirement in that water needs to be running over it. And since it is currently the Dust Bowl, there's no water running through this river. And so they decided that the easiest access to water was human urine. And so they peed a big old hole into the dried riverbed and they basically climbed in.
Uh,
And
Yeah.
as far as you can tell, the two of them have completely disappeared.
Can I try the same thing with my canteen?
Are you gonna try to expand the pee hole, or are you gonna try making your own hole?
I'll try to make my own hole. I really don't like the
Wants to make it like 40%
the
less
wording
pissed.
of the pee hole.
Oh,
That was a bit of awkward phrasing on my part. Make of it what you will.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Hassan. I might have clipped off that bit of the recap. They needed water to reactivate an ancient fairy portal, so Adam decided to pee on it.
The pee
And I
hole
was like, you know
expansion
what the hell?
jutsu.
Water's water.
There's a lot of water and blood too.
yeah. Like we don't really want to go all the way back.
All right, so are you gonna completely empty out your canteen?
Yeah.
All right, so you completely pour your canteen out, and you see it's pretty quickly sinking into the sand. Are you gonna leave your horse behind, or are you gonna try squeezing into this thing right away?
Yeah.
No, the horse will be fine. He's a smart guy. He's a smart boy.
All right, you want to give me I'm gonna go with Dex Athletics to try to squeeze into what is currently like a 1 foot by 1 foot hole right now.
That smells of pee.
No,
Well, not
mine
this
smells
one.
of water.
This one has that like aluminum water canteen smell.
Uh,
Oh, that's minerals, boy. It's
That's how you
healthy.
get your iron in. Hey, if that canteen's from the 19th century, it might be made out of lead or something. So
Oh man.
Oh, that means water tastes so sweet.
I like the way the lead makes the water taste.
Hey, lead used to be a sweetener back in the day, like the ancient Greek day, but back in the day.
Still back in the day.
Why are we all losing our teeth and hair?
Must be the iodine in the water.
Okay. What's the diff, Captain?
I will give it to you at a diff 8 right now. It's a pretty small hole. You're basically trying to act as a contortionist to do this. Unless
Unfortunately,
you
that
want to use
ain't.
more liquid to try to make the hole bigger.
Nah, I'm pretty good. My dex is my best stat, so I think I'll be good, and that's two successes.
So you kind of stick your hand in as you trying to awkwardly position into this hole in the ground that's quickly starting to sink, and you can sort of feel the mud gets a lot wetter than you would expect from the small amount of water you put. And as you kind of like crane your neck against your shoulder as you do your best to start squeezing through this hole, the sensation of wanting water starts to flow over you. Why don't you give me one more Dex Athletics check? This time at a same difficulty.
Oi. That's another two successes, boss.
So you basically breach a sandy riverbed as water immediately starts rushing over you. As you quickly start to swim your way to the top, you break the cover of the water and see what looks to be a perpetual purple desert sky dawn over you as you see Adam Paul Tinkerton flying through the air and falling back down.
What? How in the world?
We're not in the world any. We're in even more in the world now. The wet dreaming. Yep.
I taught him how to jump real quick.
Yeah,
Well,
you,
this is the first time I've had to claw my way out of out of the dirt.
Hopefully, it wasn't too bad.
I
I went
died.
to the other side. Ah, fuck. I mean, yeah, I guess that is worse.
I died. You ever been shot in the gut, boy?
No, I can't say that I have.
are you saying this is you're kind of pushing your way out of the riverbed?
I've been charged over by a bull, so I mean, there's that.
I
Yeah,
just shot.
pretty fucking intense.
I did shoot myself on the head.
That one swift kick to the head from a bull, that's pretty brutal death.
Yeah.
There's a 75% chance Kyle's character's probably seen that happen.
Yeah, no, 100%. Been working out on the range for however many years. Bad shit happens.
Claw out of the fucking ground, saying, "I live again."
Shit.
It's Morbin time.
I missed out on that fiasco. Seeing that in theaters.
You should have seen it the second time it came out in theaters. It had 2 releases.
I know, right? They fooled Sony.
The movie's so good it flopped twice. All
So
right.
call a belly flop.
The Jared Leto, Jared Leto Joker was such a flop. I don't know why they thought giving him a less relevant character would have been better.
You say he was a flop, and he absolutely was, but he was still the best part of fucking
Yeah, I
Suicide
mean,
Squad.
it wasn't a great movie.
Yeah.
I'll never get over the saying the movie title in the movie.
No.
So I think the whole thing about
You truly have become, oh Bruce, you truly have become Return of Batman.
well, I think the whole thing about the Morbin time is it didn't actually happen in the movie. Just nobody fucking saw the movie because it was so bad, so you could make up whatever you wanted about it.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't seen the movie clearly, Chaz, he says it like every 30 seconds. Even before he becomes a vampire.
As one
Also,
does.
I forgot that there was a deleted post-credit scene where Dr. Michael Morbius comes out at the end of fucking the original Blade movie.
I mean, I forgot he was a vampire.
So, you gentlemen find yourself out in this like absolutely sublime, endless landscape of plains extending out from this very deep, wide river that seems to be, glistening those beautiful purple and orange hues, reflecting the dawn of the sky.
Oh.
All right, which one of you made the dust cloud I had to shoot?
Neither of us.
I'm yelling into the sky.
Oh,
Oh.
Which one? I'll kill nature, and I'll do it again.
at the moment, the sky doesn't answer back.
Am I able to just like pull glamour from the air practically in this place?
For the past couple of days, you guys have been in Crucifixion, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It's felt like you've been trying to breathe basically through a blanket that's been resting over your head. And for this brief moment, well, not this brief moment, for this current moment, it's like that sensation of basically being in like a hot garage and then stepping out into like the cool night air immediately afterwards.
Oh.
So like playing
Mm.
D&D at Tom's.
Oh yeah,
That was because of the dude hotboxing.
yeah. The dude soup. Yeah.
Is
Well,
our
were you
fucking
there
cheat.
during the original like fucking garage days?
No, I don't. I'm not sure he was.
No, we literally
Yes,
played
brutal
D&D in the
times.
garage with no fucking AC. Good times though. I miss it.
Yeah.
That was some of
Yeah.
my favorite D&D memories.
Hell yeah. Went fucking hard. When we play like absurd amounts.
Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah.
With an absurd amount of people.
Oh god, yeah, no kidding. What takes so long? Well, we got 15 people and everybody needs to take their turn.
Well, yeah, 15
the-
people, and then that was just
So
one
have three
person's.
character sheets?
Okay, yeah, that. Okay, I will admit that was the first long-term campaign I'd ever run. Mistakes were made. I should not have allowed Tony to run 3 characters at a table that already had 11 people. My bad.
But it was fun.
It was a learning experience, and I will never do it again.
It was the wacky Tim back.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys give me a perception awareness?
Okay. I can attempt to do that.
You can attempt to do a lot of.
I'm more better at alertness rather than awareness, so I got
Wait.
one
I
success.
my bad. I didn't mean alertness.
Oh,
Wait. Yeah, because I don't see awareness on here.
That's a vampire.
No.
Vampire roll.
Or
My
we-
bad.
Being at a
no.
vampire.
Mm.
alright,
What are you looking
that
for?
That's 3 6. Oh yeah, is it
We'll
diff
go
6?
with difficulty 7.
7? 2.
I still have 3.
Nice.
I got 2 as well.
2 as well. Those of you with a 2, as you're just kind of briefly basking in that moment of pure glamour, for a brief moment you almost feel like that rush of like hot desert air that creeps down, in the dust bowl as it briefly washes away. And Tom, you said you got 3 successes.
Yeah.
So as you're kind of looking at these endless fields, you feel like towards the end of your vision that the way the light tends to blur reminds you of almost looking at like a mirage in the desert. As you briefly hear little whispers in your ear that you can't quite make out what they're saying before they quickly fade away.
And Andy asked you a question in chat, Josh.
No,
Or
I
two.
I don't have the chat open right now.
You said, "How's the latte?"
Oh, it's good.
Aw. Come on, lot.
It's I believe it's a matcha green tea lavender latte.
Oh, that sounds
Ooh.
good.
Get out of here.
Some
Fancy.
fancy good shit. Yeah. Well, that was my moonshine can of drink. Yeah.
Adam's
the
is
moonshine.
Adam's drinking moonshine.
Straight from the can as God intended.
My shine.
It makes me a superstar.
So, what's your gents plan right now?
That's an excellent question.
Adventure forth into the dreaming, yeah. To find the source, I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah, I remember part of it was we wanted to go through the trod to try and leave the area so we could try and get
Your plan was to go to San Antonio.
get some level of reinforcements.
Giving Chris a fiction, it seemed like the desert started to expand itself.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is the town of Crucifixion, or at least the dreaming version, right? I definitely want to go and like just explore that, see what's there, see if we can't find something to use to get around.
Okay. So you're heading in the direction that you think crucifixion would have been, basically on the flip side.
Yeah.
reality.
On the
From what I can see,
Well, I can see some waves coming from over yonder.
Hmm.
At that point where the mirage-esque imagery you mentioned.
It does look like it's coming from the direction that Kyle's pointing towards.
Ah,
only nothing to it but to find out.
show.
Are you guys all walking that direction? You too, Adam?
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm hopping over there because I get the power of hops now.
How long did that last again, Kyle? Do you remember?
Forever.
Not very long. It's
Okay.
generally like
But
a moment.
but I don't remember how many successes you did
It
at all.
I mean, the successes just empower the jump. It doesn't empower duration.
Okay.
Your brief moment of Spring Hill Jack is over, Adam.
Yeah, like it's
Huh.
the same thing that allows me to get you guys out of danger, but it's also the same thing that allows me to throw like a forklift at somebody.
Mhm.
All right, I shoot Adam in the knee.
No.
He said he wants to hop there.
I used to be an adventurer, and then I got a bullet to the knee.
All right, I shoot Adam in the mouth now.
You're
Shoot him
full.
right in the jaw,
Got a lot of mouth on you.
trying to turn him into ass face from Preacher.
Oh, Assy McGee.
A
I,
different ass face.
I genuinely enjoyed that show when it was on. I wouldn't say it was one of my favorites, but definitely a guilty pleasure.
I would agree with you until I saw more clips from it recently, and it does not hold up.
That's fair. This was like what 10 years ago.
I think it was way more than 10 years ago.
God, I'm old.
We're all catching the old.
So as you guys start walking towards the basically the disturbance in the air, those fields that seem like they were endlessly going on, you see patches of dust start to appear in the grasslands until eventually the plant life grows more sparse, and you come upon what looks like the desert that is starting to engulf crucifixion, but magnified almost into the Sahara as you spot what seems to be almost like a ghost town in the distance.
Do we recognize the town at all, or just the
Do we
like? Is it,
recognize the ghosts?
Look like it has the
Yeah.
same general shape.
It is crucifixion.
Yes, the same layout.
I still
But as
think
you
we should.
start getting closer,
Mhm.
it doesn't look like wooden buildings. It almost looks like, white obelisks sticking out of the ground. And a faint little distance in the air, you can almost, Tom, you recognize that almost little bit of whispering and chattering that you heard when you came out of the river.
Voices are talking to me again.
And you guys can hear it now too. Although you
And-
can't quite make out the words just yet.
All right. Can I try? Can I strain and try and?
Why don't you give me a perception kenning for this one? Not,
Ooh.
yeah, perception kenning probably makes sense.
Sure. Whatever you say, boss.
Storyteller.
I mean, you are the one with cosmic power.
I am. I am
You
the
are
bad
he who morbs.
That's one
one success.
one success.
You can't quite make out what the. It almost sounds like a bunch of voices slowly muttering at once before they start dying down again, almost like waves of sound.
All
And you
right.
can't quite make out what they're saying, but it does remind you of the moments when the dust storm used to hit back in Crucifixion.
Mhm. And is there an area that looks more verdant than where, besides where Crucifixion is?
Not that you can see right now. It's almost like you're literally starting the ground starting to like dip down to
Uh-huh.
where you're starting to see these sort of white stones in the distance starting to peer up towards the center of the bowl.
I mean, I gotta know. I want to go.
What about the
I'll
rest of
follow.
you guys just trudging on?
They're heading that way as well. Yeah. They're gonna
I
look at this.
suppose so.
Trudge.
Trudge.
The trudgy trudge. And I would walk one. Yeah.
You're what?
I was like, and I would walk 5,000. Yeah.
500.
Yeah, close enough.
If you sing the song enough times, eventually it adds up to 5,000.
Yeah.
Adam, you're grounded.
So now the ground starts to giving like down beneath your feet as it becomes hard to maintain your footing as it's difficult not to slide in the sand as it grows finer and finer as you start going down into this literal bowl in the earth. And
A
the
dust
white
bowl?
a literal dust bowl and these white slabs sticking out start to look like old obelisks or mausoleums, and you can make
Damn.
out these faint brown figures kind of wandering amongst them as the chattering starts to grow louder, but still almost resonating like a whisper in your ear. And you can start to make out the voices, and they definitely are the same kind of voices you were hearing before with the never getting out of here, never getting out of here, stuck, where to go, no food, no water.
Hello?
Are you
Howdy?
are you approaching one of the figures, or are you just kind of speaking to the air?
Uh, a little bit of both, I guess. Like I'm vaguely approaching, but speaking to them from a bit of a distance.
Why don't you give me one more of those perception awareness checks?
Okay. Use these dice. Maybe they'll like me a little bit more. Do I buy like 8 sets of dice? So that's so many D10s. Ooh, okay. 4 successes.
4 successes as you're kind of like calling out to these chattering beings. You realize they look like, rather not look like, they are shambling, emaciated corpses, completely dehydrated. And as you kind of call out to them, they kind of ignore you and keep aimlessly wandering amongst the white stones and obelisks. And
I don't think this is exactly what you call normal.
I mean, climbing through that piss hole, I think normal kind of went out the window.
Oh, okay, there it is. There's the title.
you're not going to point out that you didn't crawl through a piss hole, Tom?
I mean, you went through the hole. You went through the piss. You might have watered it down, but it's still the piss hole.
I'll show you, piss hole.
I'm gonna get shot in the dick.
Yep.
They shoot Adam in the dick.
I rolled a block. The soak.
Roll this.
All right. What are you guys doing now?
fuck. I mean, I have. Can
And why?
I
And why
go
did we
on?
come here?
To get past the desert that's currently trying to keep us here. Can I look at or investigate one of these obelisks a little closer?
You absolutely can. So as you approach, you kind of look at one of them, and it's the same kind of like inane chattering that you hear people talking, just kind of carved endlessly on these things that are probably extending 30 feet into the air. Some of them broken, cracking. Doesn't look like marble, it's more like some kind of a more basic kind of stone.
Hmm. God, I wish I wasn't so useless right now. Yep, them's his rocks.
What about you guys? Adam, Tom, you guys trying to do anything here?
Now, could this be the source of all this? These nasty words we've been hearing? These rocks?
Perhaps.
Good enough for me. I pull out my gun and start firing at the rock.
So you're gonna basically try to shoot one of these obelisks?
Yep.
Are you fully unloading into this thing, or are you gonna just kind of shoot once?
Fully unload and just fanning the hammer on it.
All right. Why don't you? You don't have to roll to hit, but why don't you just roll to hit? That way we can know how much damage you do as you fan the hammer on Death's revolver.
Isn't fanning the hammer like a specific maneuver?
Yeah.
It is. We should probably double check what it does.
No, but I mean it's a mechanical maneuver in the game.
Oh,
I
had
didn't
no
know
idea.
Like I want to say off the top of my head it's like diff 7 and like +3 dice, but I'm not a hundo on that one.
But what's the diff against a piece of a rock?
-2, I think.
Why don't you give us that, Tom?
So wait, the diff is 5,
Yes.
and my revolver specialties come into play, right?
What's your revolver specialty?
My specialty in revolvers.
Oh, yes.
Duh.
Yes, I thought you were talking about some special property of your revolver that we discussed or something. That was a good latte.
All right, that's.
Son of a
Oh, I
bitch.
got three. I got 3 10s first and foremost, and then
Oh.
another 1, 2, 3, 4 successes on top of that. So 4, 7, 10 successes.
All right. Give me the damage plus 9
What's the damage?
of your revolver.
Yeah,
I think it's not in your character sheet.
I keep meaning to write down. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, Chaz, off the top of your head, do you remember what a revolver does?
Heavy revolver? 6, I think.
All right. I suppose give me the 16 dice.
The other pain in the ass is that all the stats for everything in the 20th anniversary games are slightly different.
Yeah.
But
I know.
6 is either heavy revolver or heavy pistol. I'm pretty sure it's heavy
Yeah.
revolver.
6 sounds appropriate.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3. I got 2 1s, but there's 3 10s, so those don't matter. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
11 damage. So you just kind of as this thing just absolutely. And just for fun, you're having lunch with Agatha, Chaz, as you're not getting much out of her, as you see her nose start to bleed. As she
Anime nosebleed. No.
more of the brain
Yeah.
damage kind of nosebleed.
Yeah.
As you see her kind of fall face forward into her soup as she starts babbling like I didn't always want to live here. What did I used to want to be? There were dreams, things I thought of what I wanted to be. I wanted to see places. I wanted to be somebody. A dancer? Was it a dancer?
Or are we human?
Can I hit this shit with some intelligence gray mirror to see if I know what the hell's going on?
Jesus, Adam, what a reference.
Why don't you give this to me? I will say this instance is a difficulty 10.
I also have kenning, if that matters at all.
Greymare is kenning is specifically in relation. No, kenning is picking up something, right? Greymare is Greymare is specific knowledge. I'll say kenning in this case,
Diff
as you're
10?
trying to sense if something's happening.
At a diff 10?
Yeah, and so you guys see like a corpse, one of the shambling, desiccated corpses in the distance, kind of shriek as it kind of like mouth opens and it fades into itself and turns to dust and falls apart.
I don't know shit, Captain. I got a 9 and 8 and 2 too, so I'm just like, I think she's just having a stroke, and I'm just gonna pull her out of her postums and try and, I don't know. I have no medicine either, so I'm just like attempting to roll her on her side so she doesn't swallow her tongue.
Yeah, as you see the waitress, the redheaded waitress Maggie's like, "Oh my God, what's happening to her?"
Oh God.
I don't know, ma'am. She keeled over into her postums.
I love how I stupidly stumble into fixing situations via gun.
Hey man, if your problems aren't getting fixed, you're not using violence the right way.
Well, what's the saying? With a big enough hammer, all your problems look like a nail.
True.
And with a big enough gun,
He fanned the shit out of that hammer, so
everything becomes a nail.
damn.
Yeah, you guys see one of these desiccated corpses kind of fold into itself and turn into dust.
Was that a good thing?
Can
do a
we
good
see
thing.
if that was a good thing? Like,
Well, there's one less of them creepy things. Keep shooting.
Wait, one of you, if you guys have intelligence, Greymare can give me intelligence, Greymare.
Intelligence is not my forte.
oh, thank God.
I'm a man of action.
Like, I don't got a lot, but I got dots, so
I can think when I need to.
I
2.
got a lot of intelligence. Let's go.
Do you have Greymare as a skill?
I do have 1 dot in it. Yeah.
Okay, then you get to roll it.
I got 2 successes.
Why you gotta be so low, dice? Come on.
Well, I
You got
got
two
another
success-
die. So it's not solo.
You got 2 successes.
So both of you got 2 successes as you clearly realize there was some kind of connection to this weird obelisk and to that shambling corpse that just disappeared. That much is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But as beings of the dreaming, you know that what happens in reality affects the dreaming. Ergo, vice versa, things that happen in the dreaming can affect reality. So you're not sure what he just did, but you're pretty sure that whatever he did probably did something on the other side.
Okay.
I'm just sitting in the diner as people keel over, bleeding from the face. What's happening?
Like, this is potentially about to get real fucking awkward.
At that point, I would say you don't roll anymore as you realize they're doing something.
I want to just.
Should I do it again?
I'm gonna like just walk up to the largest crowd of these assholes that I can find and just start like jamming on my guitar, like just whatever fucking bop comes to mind.
Well, why don't you give me these things literally did not pay attention when you were yelling at them, so why don't you give me a charisma performance at a diff 10?
Oh right. Well, I also have my gift of pan, so.
Are you gonna
you have a pan?
Yeah, man.
Even
well,
better.
They like forces people to start doing shit. Hang on, let me.
You could give a cake as a gift from your pan. A pancake.
Drum roll, please.
right?
Drum roll.
In this case, a literal drum roll.
I guess it's. Let me read this. But it's the same thing I used in the diner, where like
Okay.
it boosts the banality of the area, but it's a anything that's like in the presence of me, like singing music, dance, all that, whatever. It has a difficulty 7 willpower roll, or else it gets swept away in hidden desire. But like, I still just wanna jam out because hopefully that does something, and I don't have to start burning glamour like a motherfucker.
I cannot for the life of me explain why. But for some reason, my headcanon, you're playing Mbop by Hanson.
So I do believe that when in
Valid.
the dreaming, you technically don't spend glamour to activate things. So right now, you
Okay.
guys are kind of little glamour bombs, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my
Nice.
god, that's beautiful. You said it was charisma performance.
Yep. Difficulty 10.
Okay, performance 2. That's cocked. Okay, 2 successes.
2 successes. Do you have an appropriate Great Depression era jam?
Mm.
Putting on the Ritz.
I'm gonna play some something jazzy.
Something jazzy. No, this is the era of the. I'm pretty sure jazz has been invented at this point, but I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah.
I know jazz has been invented. I'm trying to think of like what form it currently takes. I think big band is like the big jazz bands are currently the de rigueur at the moment.
Yeah, well, I think at this point they were starting to have some smaller units. I'm trying
Yeah.
to remember when blues started becoming a thing.
Or are you gonna just bust out the Ella Fitzgerald?
You want to play blues for all these depressed motherfuckers?
I don't. I really don't. I want to play some jazz though.
You're gonna just fucking bust out Strange Fruit on these people by Billie Holiday.
Sure. Fuck yeah.
I
On a
don't think
fucking
it's
to.
been invented yet, but I can only imagine that would make
I
things
mean,
work.
it can be goddamn bop. We're in the dreaming. It doesn't matter. I'm playing a tobacco cigar box guitar.
I mean, you can bust out that song. I'll bust out Big Iron.
With a big iron on his hip. So you got 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So two of these shambling corpses kind of stop as it almost sounds like they went from weird whispering chattering to a very throaty guttural crying as they just kind of wail in your presence, like just this atonal cry. As I will say on the other side, Chaz, Maggie and one of the other diners, as they're trying to check on Agatha, you just see them kind of stop as tears start welling up in their eyes. As you hear Maggie, I want it. See the world.
Those motherfuckers
Well-
broke the town.
Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna be reloading my 6 shots, getting ready for another another jackhammer Hernandez round.
Okay.
Adam, what are you doing?
I
As
was
as
watching all this go off.
literally
Yeah.
side up to one of your companions, he just you kind of noises.
I figured you just like grab one's hand and start dancing.
I do a little jig with. Yeah, it just. We
I mean,
dancing along.
I guess the other thing I can do is how big are these pillar things?
I will say they range in size probably from like 10 to probably all the way up to like 50 feet.
Cool.
Oh, I'm going to 50-footer.
I'll find something that's like a good 15 or 20 footer, and I want to hopscotch it into another one.
Wait, what was that?
I want to hopscotch one of these into another one.
What do
So
you
you
mean?
want Dominoes?
Hopscotch can be used to like throw objects. Like you can make objects jump or like in different directions. So I'm going to like get it to careen into another one of them.
So you're basically trying to slam one obelisk into another.
Yeah.
Doing the domino effect, yeah.
Adam, what are you doing?
I am. I still help Kyle with knocking the pillars over. My dexterous toes kick it over. Grab and kick, yeah.
Since if I can just go ham, I'm just gonna go ham.
Want to
All
go
right.
turkey?
So you're going up to one of the biggest obelisks you can find, Tom. Why don't you give me your hammer fan roll?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Do. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 7 successes.
7 successes. So again, what is it? 6 plus 6, 12 damage to the obelisk.
And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. 10 damage.
Oh, 10.
Yes.
Okay. So you go up to this one and just fan the hammer as another one of these things starts crumbling down. Kyle, why don't you give me the hopscotch roll?
How many things scream in pain?
hear-
What do I need?
You hear one that is a lot louder than the last one.
Am I looking for 7s?
8.
Yes, indeedy.
Okay. Then that will give me 4.
4 successes. So you hopscotch one of these into the other one as it tilts over. The first one kind of crashes, and the second one just starts kind of leans over and cracks in half. As back in meat space, Chaz.
I appreciate the reference.
As one of the patrons, as one of the patrons and Maggie are kind of bawling their eyes out while Agatha's bleeding into her bowl of great depression.
I pulled her out of the postums.
Yeah.
God damn it! She's
Her
bleeding
nose
on the
is still-
linoleum.
she's still kind of incoherently babbling, and she's very clearly talking about like former dreams and ambitions and things that just seem to be incoherently fluttering out of her mouth. As you look out, you hear another thud outside as you see somebody that was walking by kind of fall over. Why don't you give me one more intelligence kenning at a difficulty 9?
Are these the bad guys?
No, I'll give it to you at a difficulty 8. Actually, things are
Are
becoming
we the baddies?
blatantly more obvious.
I got a 10.
A 10.
Yeah, 10,
So-
7, 6, 2.
So 2 plus 2 start to equal 4 in your head. As you recall, some of your compatriots entered the trod, and you actually having some nobility and perhaps some education in the way of these matters, realize something is currently happening on the other side that is having a significant impact on this side.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. I've been trying to keep as low a profile as I can as possible, and
No
now
way this can
people
be
are
connected
fucking
to you at this current moment.
people are fucking speaking in
Yeah.
tongues and passing out. I go outside. I'm gonna drag that other guy in and lay him next down to Agatha, sweating fucking bullets. I'm gonna have
Bullets,
to
you say?
damage control the shit out of this. All
So
this
as-
is gonna be bad.
As Hutch steps outside,
Oh, good! More things happen.
no, yeah,
Regale
you're
me,
running-
storytelling.
you that familiar kind of tingling on your tongue.
Oh, if this fucking sandstorm bitch wants to start some shit right now, we can go.
And you see the little lightning start to arc in the air as the sand starts to pick up around you.
Quick, shoot it. I
And
know its weakness.
back in the dream space, as you guys are singing and dancing and smashing these obelisks, you hear a low, raspy, with undertones of a guttural voice going, "Who disturbs my domain?"
Oh man, he sounds nice.
As this gigantic but also emaciated horse kind of clops out from behind one of these obelisks, and riding it is probably this 8 foot tall figure that kind of hunches over, wearing these oversized, kind of gauzy white robes
Is it also Sam Elliott?
with a gold band around his head, and you see this sunken, desiccated, dark brown face, and you realize that's where the voice is coming from.
Well, I'm gonna, start reloading. So are all
I
these
think
your,
it wants to
your-
communicate.
are all these fine fellows part of your crew? And these big old rocks.
You wield my brother's weapon, but you do not have his authority to demand answers out of me.
Well, you see, in my profession, the person with the gun holds the authority, and I have the gun. As I pointed at him.
Tom, I just want you to know that is such a good line.
Yeah.
I think that might have been one of the most entertaining things you ever said. I stand.
The gun figure is completely unfazed as you point this thing at him. You point my brother's weapon at me. But know that famine is the predecessor to death, and he holds no authority over me, nor his weapons.
Famine, eh? So. Oh man, I could have said something that probably would have been offensive. But I will hold my tongue.
What are you all about to do now?
Ain't there somewhere else you can,
Feminize.
Well, I was imagining that in our smashing spree that I would have found a nice like 10 foot size one of these, climbed up on top and enchanted it to fly and just like use it to like crash into one as I'm flying by. So from up here, like, I don't know, do we want to fight an ancient evil at the moment, or
How are we gonna fight famine? We have Death's gun.
Well, hold on now. Not necessarily evil. Quite frankly, every one of these entities is a neutral. Neutral
right.
spirit.
I stand corrected, John or Mom. You're right. This force of nature.
Nature is neither good nor evil. It is just that.
It's just an ass kicking waiting to happen.
And this won't be the first force of nature that I shot this week.
Yeah.
If it was anyone else holding that gun, I would have my doubts. But I have nothing but faith right now.
Fortunately, oh, maybe I can get a matching revolver from Famine.
It looks like it's like sun dried though and withered.
Yeah.
I guess I would have from my rock. I'd be like, what do you want with this place?
The gaunt figure kind of looks up at you, and you can tell it's looking at you by the way your blood kind of runs cold, although you don't see any eyes in its empty sockets.
Well, that's the best feeling I've ever felt.
But
Oh,
there is
actually,
no want. There simply is. Now
then
leave before
can't
you
you
further
go?
disturb the natural order of things.
I don't know if you looked around, but it ain't so natural lately.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna laugh at every single fucking one of you if you TPK in the middle of a piss hole.
Yeah.
You might not like the way it looks, but this is part of the natural cycle and order of things.
You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because
So, and then you're saying that your brother will come on through after you're all done here. Because you just said that you proceed death.
So is the way of things.
And how long is that going to take? Because I don't have all day.
We do not come when beckoned for. We are not at the call of mortals, nor you beings of the dream.
Well, actually, I think your brother does come when death happens. I think that's kind of his whole thing, right?
Oh my god, I hear it now
canonized
too.
pestilence.
What's up?
Josh, I am so sorry, but the first person that comes to my mind when I hear this god entity speak is that asthmatic kid from Malcolm in the
You.
He wasn't asthmatic. He was missing a lung.
Middle.
Oh shit. That's so much worse.
And in a wheelchair.
Well, I mean, I knew that part.
Yeah.
He actually might have been asthmatic as well, but I just know he was like missing a lung
Jesus.
from what I remember. You're an asshole, Malcolm.
So then why are you here?
What purpose do you serve?
What has brought you here?
You're asking a lot of questions.
You a cop?
Why don't you give me a pretty damn good what persuasive abilities do you have, Kyle?
Persuasion.
Quick, Adam, do you still have crime?
I got empathy.
You gonna try to empathize with famine?
Yes.
You're gonna give me one of those charisma, empathy, difficulty 10 kind of things then.
I hope you do this. This is absolutely a changeling thing to do. Like 50 years later, some little Eshu
man.
is going to tell the story of the satyr that made famine feel pity.
It might not be coming through, but I got dice in this hand.
If only Carlo Martino was here with his tears.
That's what I was
No.
thinking.
No.
Got 3 successes.
3 tenths.
Yeah.
What do you expect when they plunder the land and give nothing back? Soak all the water into the sand. I am not here by my own want or volition. I simply am.
When he says that, I'll kind of let go of the revolver, with my finger still on it, so it just like droops over, and I'll put it back in the holster. So then, what's it gonna take to let you mosey on to greener pastures, grayer pastures?
or wilting thereof.
Why don't you give me the same roll I just asked of Kyle?
Ah,
Unless you're trying to purposefully intimidate him, then you can try that roll.
I ain't trying to intimidate him. He said he don't want to be here. I have 2 dice.
So I
Amazing.
am going to say one
And
thing.
I got a single 10. I got a 3 and a 10.
So I just want to say one thing real quick for the record. I know it's become a meme, but the Carlo Martino intra-penis thing was like something that happened one time in like episode 40 out of 88. Carlo has done so much beyond that. All right, he cried to his cousin for hooker money, but I mean, he also cried, to get Murphy out of a bad rap. But he also, drank his cousin and like started moving in on the Giovanni Empire. And I'm just saying, maybe Carlo deserves a little bit of respect, just a tiny
No.
shred.
I mean,
No.
yeah,
Like-
but he also blew that guy. Like,
Let me describe
for
Carlo
whatever it
Martino in
was.
a single sentence. Failing upwards.
That's
Hey,
how
that
most
means he has-
politicians get their jobs.
I was gonna say, that means he
Humble
has.
beginnings.
So you respect politicians, then you admit it.
Oh,
No, I said I respect
What a-
Carlo.
way to twist it. Holy shit.
Oh, I know the internet doesn't forget Daestra. And you guys won't let it happen.
So why did you blow whoever on Carlo?
He needed.
it
He
was- it
needed to
wasn't-
distract someone.
No, he was looking for information for Murphy. He was low on blood at the time, and rather than anything else, he decided to proposition the first guy that answered the door he knocked on.
Yep.
Like literally,
No,
he goes
and
to the
you
motel to look for information for Murphy, knocks on the door. One guy answers the door, and he just asks him if he's looking for a good time, apropos of fucking nothing. And that's why it's a meme.
Magic.
He just opens the door and like, hey.
You want some suck?
Oh.
Look
Who would
who
expect
showed
it?
up for the little sucky vampire. Don't call it that.
No.
Don't call
Oh.
You guys realize that the CAFCON has been around long enough to have deep lore cuts like that?
Well,
Yeah,
Magic.
that meme is at least 5 years old at the bare minimum.
Oh, it's more than that. It is more than that.
I know. So what does famine say? Oh, sorry.
When the Reaper's work is done, new seeds can be sown, and the cycle starts again.
And exactly how many need to be reaped?
He starts counting his bullets.
no.
One.
Your limited supply of bullets.
Hey,
That
all my bullets can kill Faye. Don't forget this, Adam.
I know.
That is my brother's business, but
Don't you have dreams that you'd rather do? Do you really want to listen to whatever your papa said you should do?
I don't know if you're going to be able to inspire famine here, bro.
No, that was more of a joke.
It's worth a shot.
And
Oh.
and what about these rocks? What's their deal? That you're doing?
like me, they simply are.
But they aren't you, so I can keep breaking them.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. As he starts to pull something out from under his robe.
Oh boy.
And you see a scale.
Ah.
An old
Scale?
scale. Think of the one that Lady Justice
Mhm.
holds in her hand.
Yeah, a Libra. Hey,
Right to me?
A natural Libra.
now now trust me, I'm the first to jump at violence. But you don't want to be here. I think we kind of do want to be here, but neither here nor there.
He
We'd
kinda
like
chuckles.
to return the area to a healthier state.
So that you can go on your merry way, find I don't know, someplace else, preferably someplace in I don't know, California.
Isn't there somewhere you'd rather be, like the Dakotas?
That place is bad. Just ask the land.
Yeah. So you guys are actually in the worst of the Dust Bowl, but the Dust Bowl I think did go all the way up to the Dakotas. It was
Mhm.
less of a bowl and more of a massive oval that consumed the entire central United States.
the dust. Well, the dust egg doesn't sound as right. Yeah. The
I guess
dust
a bowl
bowl.
can be ovular, right?
Yeah.
This is my domain. This is the way things need to be. I didn't put them here, but they'll pass in their time. I can't let you go rushing the natural order of things.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that I think we're impatient folk here.
What if we could fix things?
What if we just give you one of ours? We got this weird guy with the toes. You want him?
You like toes?
This is when we find out Fairman has a feet fetish.
They both start with F.
Famine, unnatural or overwhelming, natural force. Really into feet. Go figure.
What a thunker.
You want to change things on the other side. That's your business. But this side is mine.
I get that, but we gotta kind of get some things from over here to try to motivate change over there.
At this point, he kind of hunches over in his saddle and doesn't say anything else as he just kind of holds the scale in his hands in front of him. Not necessarily holding it, but like kind of resting it on the pommel of his saddle.
And can I try and glean anything about what this scale is, or what he's wanting, or
What he's weighing?
it
Yeah.
to
I
do with it?
I can tell you that clearly he wants you to leave.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, very very much so.
I don't think it.
But he's
Like-
holding some weird implement, and I just want to try and
input it.
understand whatever the fuck it is.
This is another one of those,
Fucking impossible rolls.
no, not impossible, but do you have anything related to religion on your character sheet?
Have Raymare, enigmas, law, politics. I don't know about religion expressly.
You are on the dreaming, so I will give you one of those impossible intelligence graymare checks.
Oh boy. Oh man, this isn't weighted towards all my bad shit. What's the number to beat?
And
I got one.
you got one.
I got a 10, an 8, and a 4.
So he's mentioned death. He's called himself Famine. even if you're not a religious man, you're growing up in the early 20th, late 19th century. You if you haven't read the Bible, you've at least been to a sermon before, and
Someone's read it to me.
yeah, or you've been in church when the good old book of Revelations has been read, and you know that Famine rides a black horse, which he is currently riding what looks to be a desiccated corpse of a black horse, and he wields his scales. And while you might not know exactly what they do, uh, you can feel the nightmare glamour pouring off of this thing and trying to, rip your metaphorical skin off pretty much.
Awesome.
You can assume whatever it does is related to, considering this is the dreaming, those scales probably might shift balance in things or something of that sort, or
Shift the balance of power.
it's going to have something to do with it's going to do something metaphysical that has something relational to do with the idea of scales and balance, is the best you can conjecture.
I don't know, Mom. What do you think we should do here?
We both don't want each other here. Really?
No, he can put up a fight. I'm just not sure that's what we want.
Well, I don't think he quite understands what we had to go through to get here. Because, he may be famine, but we came out like a pestilence.
It came out yellow pissing dust.
Are you sure you don't want this one over here? We'll just give him to you for free.
Yeah, stoic silence is his current response.
He didn't fall for it.
So what do you want from this place besides?
You don't want.
He doesn't want. He just is.
Hold it hostage.
There ain't no hostage, Paul. It's just he's here until nature takes its course.
Shoot him. Shoot Famine. I want to see how hilariously bad this goes.
Can we quick save?
There are no quick saves in Changeling the Dreaming. Simply the end of the session.
So, is there any way we could get your brother to come?
I got his horse.
You want me to go pick him up?
The horse is currently in meat space.
Yeah. You gave me both his gun and his
giving me
horse.
more stoic silence?
Yes.
I don't think he's gonna talk anymore.
Well,
At this point, he's basically waiting for you guys to either leave or try something.
Oh, try something with my specialty, though.
You can try something.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to see this, but
I'm gonna just start backing up on my floating rock.
Do I see? Are you gonna pull out your revolver, Tom?
As much as I want to, and trust me, I wanna. Fighting true nature is much different than shooting a dust storm. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, I probably should have said this earlier, but there is a palpable physical aura about this. Basically, his presence that almost it makes you feel parched, and at the same time, you feel like you haven't eaten in a while, almost in forever.
Oh, that's super bad for a red cap. Ugh. Well, at least I have my trusty canteen. Oh.
Hey, you did come out of a river.
Could have filled it up again.
So what's the plan here, gentlemen?
I mean, if you want to fire off this keg stand, like you're the You're the one who's gonna be abled. I am not a combat character.
Kazaa, of course,
Right.
strikes a combat pose with his toes.
Yeah,
I imagine he does like the Kung Fu claw, but like with a leg.
yeah. I just go into I go into the crane stance.
So
with
we're
my
between
hands-
like Crane and Mantis, just like
yeah, yeah.
Why do I feel like you could do dim mock with your feet?
foot chung instead of wing chung.
No.
So okay,
That'd be more explosive though, because it just
Josh, you know what dim mock is, right? Like you know just about everything.
Who are you asking?
You know what dim mock is, right?
Is that the thing from Kill Bill?
I've never actually seen Kill Bill, but do you know that ad at the end of like all the DCC books, and they use it on the internet sometimes too? That guy with the afro and he's like this and a karate gi. So that's Count Dante. He was a major fraud back in the day, but supposedly he used to teach this martial art that could like grab and tear and was supposed to be super lethal. World of Darkness character, dexterous toes, dim mock specialty, huh? Huh? Come on, come on. You know that's gonna be entertaining.
That's in those
I'm
5 dots of martial arts.
I'm pretty sure you're just describing Randy Sensei.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love Randy so much. Best character you've ever made.
So far.
Fair.
Hmm. So if we ain't allowed to mess around in here, even though this is just as much our home, but I guess he wants to mosey in here. Looks like we have to change things in the meat dimension.
It's up to you if you wish to fight a primordial nightmare.
I mean, I do have his brother's gun.
To be
Well,
fair, we were born in late capitalism. We fight primordial nightmares all the time.
Well, I mean, part of our plan here was just to be able to get places.
Is that why we came here?
Part of your initial plan was to make it to the freehold in San Antonio to get a balefire to take it back.
Yeah.
That way you guys could try
There you
establish a freehold in Crucifixion. That way you can regenerate your glamour without having to rip it out of people.
Thank you. Thank you. Not gonna lie, it's been a minute. I starting to wonder why I was here.
And the other part is that you guys wanted to see if you could find somebody who had a changeling ability or somebody who could teach you a changeling ability to generate water.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was still part of your plan, considering now you guys know where water is physically.
Still partly. Still partly.
Why you guys filed the serial numbers off of a massive drill.
I mean, what's a little Grand Theft
Construction?
whatever that is.
Yeah.
I hate to break this to you, but I think if we bring a balefire here, it's just gonna be snuffed out by him.
I mean,
maybe
that's entirely possible. We don't necessarily have to set it up right here. We could set it off a ways.
To be fair, and I don't think this is like player knowledge, or I don't think this is like necessarily character knowledge. It should be all player knowledge and character knowledge. We can't leave the city. Remember, that's why we went to the trial in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember. So I got my big magic floating rock. It's a boulder.
The pioneers survived them for miles.
Or was it? It's not a boulder. It's a rock. Or is it? Was it? It's not a rock. It's a boulder.
I think it's not a rock. It's a boulder. Was the SpongeBob quote?
Hell
yeah. So the reason you guys went to the trot is because you basically were like, well, some black magic fuckery isn't letting us leave meat space. Trods let you walk through the dreaming, hence circumventing anything weird happening in meat space.
Yeah.
Oh, we
So
can't. Wait, we can't leave Crucifixion?
we tried. It wasn't letting us. I was gonna go on like a jaunt just to leave the area, and it did not go well.
Oh no, we're actually in a Grand Theft Auto map.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's the plan here, gentlemen?
The devs didn't go.
Well, I'm not gonna fight a primordial being, but I am gonna point myself in the way of San Antone, or at least where I would know the trod there, or not trod, the
The direction of it.
strong
Yeah.
hold, whatever is, and head that way.
As far as you could tell, the river and the dreaming didn't line up exactly with how it would have been on the other side.
Mhm.
It you could kind of infer that the river itself was probably part of the trod.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
All right. So Kyle's kind of backing away with a bit of floating rock he's taking from here. What about the other two?
Since we have basically unlimited not stamina, what's it called? What's that dealio? Dreaming, not dreaming. What's it called? Fuck.
I think I'm
There
gonna
we
be
go.
heading back to the Trot entrance. I think we need to convene with the brains of the operation.
All right.
But
We
we need water to get back though, don't we? Get back down
There
here.
is
I'm not
water.
sure.
There is
Yeah.
water there, and I'm mighty hungry. I need some beans.
I mean, I kind of want to just see if I can even like make it past where I went first time.
So you want to keep going. Monjarston wants to go back. Adam, what are you gonna who you doing? What are you doing?
I'm gonna see if we can make our way to San Antonio.
Adam's gonna fight famine.
Yes, I shall have the epic battle with the toads versus famine.
It's like it's just a fucking scale, guys. What's it gonna do?
Oh,
don't be dumb. It's not even a real weapon.
And then he just
look
beats
at
Adam
look
to
at
death
my.
with it.
Just beats ass.
All right. Are you basically gonna try swimming back into the river, Tom?
Yep.
So are you guys like agreeing to part ways at this point? Or are you guys gonna just kind of?
I'm agreeing to part waves.
Yeah,
For now, yeah.
at least a bit.
You guys gonna see Monjarston off, or are you guys gonna just kind of like separate from here?
Oh no, I mean, yeah, well, we can see Monjarston off. Head out the way we came,
He's
because
a
I
lo-
imagine it's. I mean, if San Antonio is not going to get any closer if I leave from here or leave from the Trod, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Tom, why don't you give me stamina athletics as you try to swim to the bottom of the river?
Well, at least I'm kind of good at that.
Drowns in the trod.
On my before I jump in, I'm gonna drink as much water as I can.
It is the most refreshing water you have ever tasted. It is
It
not
is.
simply the idea. It is not simply the taste of a beautiful pure river. It is the idea of what that tastes like that kind of saturates your mouth.
That's mighty good. Could use a little more lead though.
It's them sparkling waters.
Well, then I'm gonna fill my canteen up with it.
You fill your canteen up with dream water.
All right, now I'm gonna be diving in.
Okay. Give me that stamina athletics.
Difficulty
I will say 7.
7. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. You take a deep breath as you start to swim down, and so the current kind of starts to try to take you, but you manage to kind of not necessarily swim against it, but quickly start to sink your way down. And as you kind of try digging into the dirt at the bottom of the river, moving, river stones out of the way, it's not working exactly as the way you came here.
He pulls
Oh.
out his gun.
It's
Shoot
a
the
revolver,
dirt.
Adam. It doesn't work underwater.
You're
Yeah,
basically digging into the riverbed and nothing's happening.
I'm gonna have to resurface.
You resurface. You guys see Monjarston break the water again.
No go.
We're trapped here. Finally won't let us leave.
Y'all know how to get out of here?
Can you all give me a straight intelligence roll?
Oh, I can fucking try.
So
Paul can do
can
that, Jeff.
I. What's the difficulty?
Straight?
I got 2
Standard
9.
difficulty.
Okay, I got
Huh?
1 success then.
Standard difficulty.
1 success.
3 successes for Paul.
Fucking Paul.
He's got brains, but and toes. That's all he's got.
Brains and
So
Brains and toes. Like a zombie movie, yeah, in the making. Yeah.
So you guys all come to the same realization that the water on the other side has probably dried.
oh shit.
All right, Adam, start chugging. We need your bladder, bro.
Dang.
As the water on the other side of the trot has dried. As in the meat space side is currently dry.
If he pees enough, it'll leak through.
No.
Well, shit.
What?
We didn't think that one through, did we?
Nope.
And I think that's a good point to end the session.
We didn't think that one through.
Next time on.
Did you have fun, Charlie?
Honestly, I did. I do not have to be the main character of the session. And honestly, like I've said, I think
for you to do other than reacting to the consequences of their actions.
Well, I for a long time, for several sessions now, I've seen Hutch as more of a support role than anything. So I was just happy to be here. I was having a great fucking time. Like, no joke.
And so we left off the non-combat noble is currently about to face off against the sentient dust storm. And you guys are currently stuck on the magic side of reality.
Yeah. You know, it's normal things.
Nothing too crazy happened. I'm willing to hand out the 1 XP for right now. As things are kind of building up right now. And you guys can vote for who you think gets the extra XP this session.
I vote for Hutch for getting ready to square up against the dust storm. Because I know how that goes.
I got some shit up my sleeve. I know Hutch, he's not much in a fight, and he really isn't, but I've got a nuclear option that I've been sitting on for a while. Could blow up in my face, but we'll leave that for next time.
All right, one vote for Hutch.
We'll reach that war crime when we get there. I'm gonna give it to Monjarston for not going into a or for having his restraint. Yeah. Like he came up against like one hell of a thing. It was just like, you know what? Maybe I don't shoot you in the face. And I feel like that's growth.
It's like, damn, I can shoot a sandstorm, but can I shoot a concept?
Yeah.
Can I kill thought? Only one really fast way to find out.
Oh, it's like that. What is that? That Norse story about Thor and his 2 companions when they get tricked by the giant, and one of them has to outrun somebody, but it turns out he was trying to outrun Thought.
Oh my god.
That hoe over there.
That and the fucking bleeding nose into soup is just a wonderful chain of events.
Yeah, so there's 3 people currently basically having dream-related seizures right now.
Who's the third one? I got
later.
Is
you
it
saw two.
Maggie?
You saw one of them happen right in front of you. One of them just happened to happen across the street. Who knows where the third one's happening?
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, like I was just throwing rocks into each other. Who fucking knows how many people?
Yeah, 4 people. Kyle broke 2 of them.
You know,
I
as
played
much
Magic and hurled rocks.
as much as I do think that was an awesome gun quote from Tom, I am a always a storyteller at heart. And again, the story of the satyr that made Famine feel empathy. That is such a peak changeling thing. Like that is something that you would imagine being like written out in the beginning of a changeling book, like that little bit of prose. I have to vote for Kyle. I have no choice.
Wait, you know what? I'm changing my vote to Kyle too because I enjoyed him rocking out.
Rocking out. The rocks. The boulder.
Gonna play Bop to a jazzy tune.
I don't know why that
Hey,
was the
that's-
first thing that jammed into my brain.
Hey, I will say,
You got answers.
having my rock. I liked Hanson back in the day. Like I can't avoid that fact.
I didn't, but I will never say that my relationship with nostalgia is what people would call healthy. So I'm going to go with that.
Right on.
Who are you voting for, Adam?
I
I'm
remember
voting for
if you,
Charlie.
I think we got 1 for Kyle. No, 2 for Kyle and 1 for Tom.
And there's also Daestra voted for Tom.
I don't know if
Kyle.
I don't know if he's counting the chat votes yet. He might be counting those separately.
Yeah. I'm voting for Chaz for finally releasing his book. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
That is 1 vote for Chaz. So right now, Kyle and Tom are tied. Are there any other chat votes?
1 for Kyle from Mazzy.
So 3 for Kyle, 2 for Tom. Anybody else voting in? Vote or die, motherfucker.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
You
We
don't-
are stepping things up here.
You don't remember that South Park episode?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the
Vote or
shit
die.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Wasn't "Vote or Die" like P. Diddy's slogan in the 90s?
I think so, but I think when they made fun of it in South Park is when they did the vote or die, motherfucker.
Probably. I haven't seen South Park in a number of years. Used to love it though.
If there are no more votes, I believe Kyle takes the bonus XP.
For
For
being a
emphasizing
satyr.
with a primordial concept of destruction.
But what if we talked about our feet?
I know. The
I
satyr
understand
therapy.
you want to reap and sow.
No, but have you thought about how that makes other people feel?
You get more out of that.
How does that make you?
No, and have you thought of the consequences of what that does to people?
Famine, you really haven't been thinking about what do you want out of all this?
I think Cal still got the vote though, HGG. But I do see your
Hey,
vote. You voted for Charlie.
Gathering people as they have aneurysms. It is
Yeah.
really funny.
I believe that's 2 for Tom, 2 for Chaz, but still 3 for Kyle.
Yep.
Unless somebody else votes and makes it a tie, and then nobody gets anything.
Yeah.
Quick, Adam.
Well, it could, storyteller breaks ties.
I'll vote for myself, and that's it. We're not falling asleep on stream.
Honestly, maybe I should implement that rule that storyteller breaks ties.
Yeah, why not?
Because it kind of seems shitty because it's not up to the storyteller at that point. It's up to you guys. But at the same point, what's also shitty is being like, oh, I guess nobody gets shit. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, plus, it's only coming in when necessary.
I hope you all had an enjoyable session.
I did. I
Just
genuinely
staring at a
did.
primordial deity and sweating my ass off. Whatever.
Just showing up and be like, eesh, this is a bigger problem than I expected.
And here for some fun.
Who would have thought
It's like if you
Cameron
signed
would
up for an amateur boxing match and then, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson in their prime shows up as your opponent.
Dude, that could show up now and I wouldn't
Thank you,
fight him. Are you
Mazzy.
kidding me?
It was a lot of fucking work, and I'm very, very, very happy that much fucking work is done. Let's put it that way. Now on to the next one. Time to do it all over again.
Well, go buy Chaz's book, and I hope you all have a good night or a good morning wherever you are.
Guten Morgen.
What's the plan for next week? As I will be absent, or is that to be decided?
It could be to be decided. Theoretically, I could run my West Marches game. We could do some video, maybe a one shot. Is there anything particularly that you guys are wanting to do?
I got nothing on
nothing
in
on
my
the,
in my brain hole right now.
No, I just mean
I
in
mean,
general. Like, I know you've been
Can I-
wanting to play Mage, but I feel like you want a full campaign for that, so I wouldn't suggest a one shot. What was that?
Oh, I was gonna say the Kaimetra game. It's still always.
I know you want your 48 XP to level 2.
I mean, I'm having fun, but you know,
I get it.
We're at that grind back home. Yeah.
just want more XP so I can have more fun
Yeah.
whilst having fun.
Yeah, we'll figure it out one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm
Either
not.
way, thank you for the game, Josh.
Did you leave?
No.
What's up?
Oh.
He's
Sounds
he's
really
just smiling stoically at us.
Yeah. Stoically dots.
Are we still on?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are still
we
on.
are.
Should we rate somebody?
We love our people.
Oh yeah. Raid the nearest World of Darkness nerd.
All right, everybody, rate Adam. Adam, start streaming.
But I'm
Adam.
about to fall asleep though.
Load
Adam,
up
you-
your Tokyo Ghost game.
So
I haven't
Coffee Cat
downloaded it
Presents
yet.
is on.
But they're pro. We should
What?
check their stream because
It says live.
they,
Oh,
they
they're-
always cut out at the same time we do.
Yeah, that's the problem. Tabletop Titties was on.
Oh, they're off. Oh yeah.
Tabletop titty.
Yeah.
Alternatively, Lagstar is on and Null Bunny is on. Those are both friends of mine. And
yeah.
maybe we can sucker them into being friends of CAFCON too. If you like
Sure.
anime cat girl, you'll like her weird fucking hangers on.
That's the way to put it.
Josh, it's your
Invade,
game. You decide. Where's the raid going?
You want the futuristic Void Bunny or I'm really not sure what lag is.
Lag
Is this
is a
new?
special.
Well,
friend.
lag is what you
Wait,
blame for every game you lose.
Oh, 100%. He's some kind of like demon, I think.
He's like I think he's like
Devil?
not a yokai, but like what do they call him?
The cocaine yokai.
Kind of yeah.
Tommy?
He's a little bit of an oni. Yeah.
Chia?
Yeah. You choose. Let the battle begin.
What?
I don't know.
Who do you want, Josh?
What's up?
Who do you want, Josh?
A VTuber Chia pet.
You know who I'm genuinely surprised does not
Oh,
exist?
man.
A tentacle monster.
There probably is one. Yeah.
So,
I thought it was
but
one of those
however, I do understand that idea might be inherently predatory. So, if I had any inkling to be a VTuber, I would be the consenticle monster.
I thought you wanted to be a lich.
I do want to be a satanic lich, but that again, I have no interest in VTubing, so that idea is just out the window. Okay, it's up to you, Josh. Who do you want to raid?
I will say the prior
The prior.
rather than the former.
So you want Lagstar?
I will say yes.
Okay.
Wait, the prior opposed to the former?
He didn't want the bunny lady. Josh is all about cowgirls or fucking nothing.
I want to know where I suddenly developed the reputation for cowgirls.
Is that a thing? I just fired that off randomly. I wasn't sure,
Oh,
but if I tapped into
thought
something,
somebody
it's a
was
thing.
commenting that. I'm like, where did they get that impression?
Because you're just so fucking Texan.
Like,
If she
if you guys,
can't rope you, she's not worth it.
like, she got some big beef on her. She's a keeper.
You
Maybe
you
Ken
only go
Hooker.
for A5.
Yeah,
Rating.
an A5 beef. So
All right, as soon as I
one
get my
of
little
Sleepy
clicky
Adams.
buttons.
Sleepy
All right, thanks for
One of
being here,
Sleepy.
everybody. You guys are amazing. You're wonderfully supportive,
Yeah.
and literally, CavCon only exists because of you guys. Good night, wonderful people. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Not everybody.